Hello students. Today we are going to start integers. So chapter number 1, knowing our numbers, integers. We already know various number system, natural number system, whole number system, and next number system is nothing but the system of integers. So in this chapter, what we are going to study? So these are nothing but a learning outcomes that we are going to study in this chapter. So after completing this chapter, students be able to understand the positive and negative integers, operations on these integers, and these operations are addition, multiplication, division, subtraction, and as well as the properties of these operations and the applications of BODMAS rule. So after finishing of your this chapter 1 integers, so all of you are able to do all these basic things. You can easily evaluate the positive negative integer. We can perform the properties, so we can apply properties on the operations, and easily we can use BODMAS rule. So what is integer? Let's start with the basic. What does the integer means? So integer is nothing but the again number system containing positive, negative, whole numbers. These are containing all positive and negative whole numbers, including zero. Why specifically zero is mentioned here? As you are seeing, zero we are not considering as positive as well as a negative number. That's why specifically it is mentioning including zero. So now the numbers whose are having positive as well as negative numbers with zero is called as, or those number system is called as integers. That new number system is called as integer. So let's see where we are going to use this positive number as well as negative number. Why there is need? Because till now we are studied the natural number and then whole number. So natural as well as whole number containing only positive terms. So why there is a need of a negative terms? So these are the reasons why there is a need of a negative terms. Negative in numbers can be used to measure under sea level. Whenever we are going to measure under sea levels, how we are going to measure that one? Because sea level is maintaining at zero, means whichever that land is there, so that is maintaining at zero. So if you're going deep below to the sea level, then if and you need to measure that one, so how going to measure this? At the same time, temperature. So yeah, heard somewhere ki in Kashmir in winter the temperature is falls below zero. Falls below zero means, so falls below zero means nothing but negative numbers are coming, and these negative numbers we are using to measure the temperature. -1, -4, -7. Maybe you are heard these numbers somewhere while mentioning the temperature. So let's see when we are going to use this one. So here in first one to measure the sea level under this, and similarly to find out or to measure the negative temperature. So for the use of these numbers, we need our integers. So next is nothing but the definition of absolute value. So right now we are seeing that integer, what is the meaning of integer, what is the need of integer, why there is a need of negative numbers, and then we'll see what is absolute value means. What is this absolute value means? Why there is a need of absolute value? The size of a number with or without the negative sign. This is called as the absolute value. Means what is exactly meaning of this word? So if suppose -3 and +3, if -3 is given to you and you need to find out the absolute value of this one. So how are going to write out that one? So the symbol of absolute value is two lines. In between two lines, you need to write down that number. So now I need to find out the absolute value of 3, -3. But what is -3 here? According to the definition, it is the size of a number. Or we can say size of a number, size is always a positive, it's not negative. any times. Okay, so that's why what is the value here? The value is plus 3. That value is not you are not getting minus sign there. So whenever you're taking the absolute value of the size, so we are considering the size without the sign, without the sign. So if minus 3 is there, what is the absolute value of minus 3? Plus 3. And if suppose plus 3 is there or any plus value is there, then what is the absolute value of that one? So the absolute value of that one is as it is. So the absolute value of mod 3 or modulus 3 is 3, and the absolute value of 5 is nothing but 5. So like this, the absolute value of positive number is always positive, whereas when we are finding the absolute value of negative number, so that is again always positive. Is that clear? So that is the actual meaning of absolute value. And absolute value means always remember this is the size of a number, and size never we can measure in minus. So this is nothing but our absolute value. Then next, let's see the properties of integers. We already seen what is integer. Then why negative terms are there or why negative numbers are there. What is the use of negative numbers? Then we are seeing absolute value. Now let's see properties of integer one by one. So what are the properties that integer carries? So distance between, if you are considering any two consecutive integer. So what is the distance between those consecutive integer? That is always c. And that value is always 1 whenever you're calculating the distance between two consecutive integers. Opposite number, or again we can call this as the additive inverse. We can, again, the name of that opposite number, we can call that as the additive inverse. So what is the opposite number means? A number that are same distance from 0. The number is from the same distance from 0 in the opposite direction. So look at this number line. So minus 5 as well as plus 5 is mentioned. Numbers that are the same distance. So from 0, these two numbers are nothing but at the same distance in the opposite direction. Yes, again the direction is here and here the direction is here. And that's why these are called as opposite number. So 5 and minus 5, these are the opposite of each other. Similarly, we can call this as an additive inverse again, because when we are adding these two numbers, these two opposite number, what is the addition? The addition is 0. When we are adding these two opposite number, the addition is 0. And that's why this number are called as additive inverse. So these two definitions are same. Opposite number, we can call that as opposite number, and at the same time additive inverse. Again, I am repeating the numbers that are the same distance from the 0. From 0, whichever number you are selecting, that must be of the same distance. If suppose you are selecting 2, so right hand side 2, again from the 0, left hand side you need to consider up to minus 2, same distance. Again I am saying this one, same distance. So therefore plus 2 and minus 2. When we are adding that, again we are getting the 0. So it's satisfying our condition of opposite number as well as additive inverse. So plus 2 and minus 2, these two are opposite number as well as additive inverse. Then let's move ahead. What is the predecessor and successor of any integer? As the name indicates, predecessor means the previous number and the successor means the next number. If suppose the whole number 0 is neither a positive nor negative number, as in first slide only, we discussed this thing, is 0 we can't consider in positive as well as negative integers. Then secondly, every integer is the successor of the integer on its left and predecessor of the integer on its right. Okay, 0 is less than every positive integer. This is very important property, or we can say the note. 0 is less than every positive integer and greater than every negative integer, as we are seeing in number line. So when we are moving to left hand side, So always, whenever we are moving to left hand side, so numbers are in the decreasing form. Okay, the numbers are in the decreasing form. And when we are moving to right hand side, so numbers are always in the increasing form. Numbers are always in the increasing form. So like this, we need to look at the number line. Okay, whether we are moving to left hand side or the right hand side. So same thing is applying to predecessor as well as successor also. Okay, so predecessor means the previous number as the word indicates, and the successor means the next number of that particular number. So if suppose I need to find out the predecessor of -2. So what is the predecessor of -2? How I am going to find out? So predecessor means it is mentioned here. Okay, whenever you need to find out the predecessor, so whichever number you are considering, that number -1. So now I am considering -2. So therefore -2 and then -1. So what is the predecessor of -2 then? The predecessor of -2 is -3. The predecessor of -2 is -3. Similarly, if I need to find out the successor, then the successor of again -2. So to find out the successor, we need to add +1. So this is my number. Now I need to find out the successor of this one. So I'm going to add +1 in this one. So -2 plus 1 is equals to -1. So what is the successor of this number? Then this is the successor. So -1 is the successor and -3 is nothing but called as the predecessor. So from predecessor, just consider the left number, just next consecutive next number, and when we are considering the successor, just consider the next positive number. Similarly, if suppose I need to find out the predecessor and successor of +2, what is that? Predecessor and successor of +2 then? So the predecessor is +1 and the successor is +3. So like this, we need to find out the predecessor and successor of integers as well. So hope you understood this predecessor and successor. Then now the main is nothing but the operations with the integers. Which operations we can perform? Yes, all the operations we can perform with the integers. Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. All the operations you can perform with the integers. So rules are there, few rules are there. So when you are performing addition as well as subtraction, so you need to understand very well this complete box. This box is very, very important. So when you are performing the addition, if two signs are positive and you are performing addition, so whichever the answer is there, the sign of answer is always plus. The sign of answer is always plus. And the example is given here. So 2 plus 5 is equals to 7. Why? The sign of first integer is plus, that is +2. The sign of second integer is again plus, that is +5. And when you are performing the addition, that is the third thing that we are going to perform. So after performing the addition, whichever the answer is there, that answer carries again a positive sign. So therefore, +7 is there. Because when we are performing the addition and subtraction of integer or either division or multiplication, signs are very, 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 very important. Because your answer may be correct, but if signs are wrong, then completely you're getting wrong. So that's why signs are important. Now again, in second example, if you're taking two negative integers like this one, -2, -5, and you're going to perform the addition of this one. Addition sign is there, no doubt. So what is the answer sign? Whichever that answer is there. So actually here -2 is there and -5, these two integers you considered, and after that you are performing the addition. So now here Whenever plus minus sign is there, so whenever, look at here, plus and minus signs are there, always subtraction is there. Always subtraction we are going to perform. So therefore, minus 2 and plus minus is always a minus, and therefore minus 2 minus 5 is written here, and when we are performing, so total gives you 7. Not only 7, minus 7, because this is nothing but a sign in front of your answer. This table you should need carefully study. Then plus and minus. What about this one? If suppose your first integer is plus, next one is minus, and again you are going to perform the subtraction, what happened? Yes. So whenever you are performing the subtraction, you need to understand, or you need to remember, larger integer sign always you have to put in front of your answer. So what is a larger integer in this one? So your larger integer is 5. And what is the sign in front of 5? So the sign in front of 5 is minus, and therefore 2 minus 5 is 3, but the sign is minus because in front of larger integer, which is 5, the sign is minus. Therefore, your answer is minus 3. Similarly, if minus and plus numbers are there, two opposite sign numbers are there, then you need to perform subtraction. And again, the same technique you have to apply. Whenever, only remember, whenever you are performing the subtraction, larger integer sign you need to put in front of the answer. What is your larger integer in this one? 5. And what is the sign in front of that one? The sign is plus. And therefore, the sign of 3 is plus 3. The sign of 3 is plus 3. So, what you understood from this total table? When the similar signs are there, always you need to add. When similar signs are there, either these are plus or either these are minus. So whenever similar signs are there, you need to perform the addition. You need to perform the addition. Again, I am repeating this. And what about the sign? The answer signs are mentioned as it is. If two are plus, then answer sign is plus. If two integers are negative, then the answer sign is negative. But what happens if two opposite signs are there, plus minus, minus plus? So at that moment, you need to perform the subtraction, and in subtraction, after getting the result, carefully just put the sign in front of that answer. Just put carefully the sign in front of that answer. Okay. So larger integer sign always you need to put in front of the integer. That is nothing but all about the rules of addition and subtraction of integers. We'll see few examples and warm-up exercises again on this one. So again, one more method is there. With the help of number line, again, you can add and subtract your integers. Okay. So number lines are mentioned here. Number lines, few number line and few examples already written here. So only just listen and try to understand what happened if you're performing the operations on integer on a number line. When addition is there, when we need to add, so always you need to move to right hand side, because again, as in previous slides we discussed, okay, whenever increasing part is there, we are going to move to right hand side, okay, and whenever decreasing part is there, obviously decreasing part means nothing but subtraction, so we need to move to left hand side. So like this, right hand side if addition is there, and left hand side if subtraction is there. So similarly, one simple example is mentioned here. Okay, if you need to add 1 plus 4, you can use your previous table also, as well as you can use this number line. So in previous table, just remember the two numbers, plus 1 and plus 4. Both are positive. So positive numbers are there. So if both are positive, then addition we need to perform, and sign answer sign is again positive. So same as this one, 1 plus 4. What is this? Answer is 5. So with the help of that box, our answer is 5. Now, if you need to perform this with the help of number line, then you need to start with the lower number. What is your lower number? 1. And next number is 4. So, 4 places you need to move to the right hand side. Why right hand side? Because plus sign is there, and already we are seeing when addition is there, we need to move to right hand side. So similarly, plus 4 means we need to move 4 times ahead. Similarly, what is that? On which number our arrow stops? 5. So what is your answer then? 5. 5 is your answer. Similarly, now one subtraction example is mentioned here. 2 minus 4. So again, we are going to start with 2. And now minus is there. So first of all, just start with your lower number. So 2 is there. And from 2, subtract minus 4. So minus is there. So that's why we need to move to left hand side. But how many places? 4 places. So 1, 2, 3, as well as 4. So what is the answer then? The answer is mentioned. What is the answer? The answer is minus 2. So with the help of number line also, you easily add or subtract your numbers. Let's see few more examples. Already I mentioned here. 5 minus 2. We'll see all these examples after completion of this. So 5 minus 2. What is 5 minus 2? So start with the 5. Always start with the first term. So 5 is here. Now I'm mentioning here, okay? Then minus sign is there, and 2 places you need to move to left hand side. Why left hand side? Because subtraction is there. So 5 and 2 places I'm moving to left hand side. So what is my answer is? So my answer is nothing but 3. Yes. So my answer is 3 in this one. Then let's see the next one. Minus 5, minus 2. So where is minus 5? Minus 5 is here. Again, minus 2 is there. Number line is stopped here. So I'm going to just add few more numbers in this one. Minus 6 and minus 7. Okay. So minus 5 minus 2 is equals to, I'm starting with minus 5 and 2 places I need to move to left hand side. So 2 places means this is first place and this is my second place. So similarly, this stops at minus 7. So what is my answer then? Minus 7. The answer of first one is plus 3. The answer of next one is minus 7. And similarly, the remaining one. Now, what happens when these type of two minus signs are coming? Whenever two minus signs are there, you need to put your number in bracket with one sign, just like the above examples. So how we are going to solve this one? So again, we need to use the table minus minus. So whenever minus minus is there, that minus minus gives you always plus. Because again, we have seen that in the previous one, whenever minus and minus signs are there, so always that leads to addition. So therefore, addition is there, and now I think you can easily perform. Minus 4 plus 7. So you need to perform this on a number line. So I'm going to use this number line only. So minus 4 is this one. Plus is there. So that's why I'm going to right hand side. But how many places? 7 places. So this is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6, and then this is 7. So what is my answer then? It stops here. So my answer is nothing but plus 3. My answer is nothing but plus 3. So like this, you can easily simplify your problems on a number line, because basic problems on integers, if you are feeling it gets difficult, so you can easily use your number line. Similarly, now let's simplify the remaining examples. So again, minus minus sign is there. So already we are seeing, hey, whenever minus signs are there, so one sign always should be inside the bracket, and minus minus always leads to plus. And therefore, when you are performing, you can easily add. 3 is here, plus 3, and you need to move 2 places to right hand side. So what is your answer? Your answer must be plus 5. So like this, you can easily simplify your remaining problems. Then we'll move to next. Then let's see few word problems which are based on these addition and subtraction. So yesterday the temperature was 65 degree and today it dropped. These wordings are very important when you are simplifying the problems of integers. So that's why again I'm repeating, wording is important. So dropped by 8 degrees. What was the temperature today? What is today's temperature? So first of all, yesterday's temperature you need to write down, that is 65 degree. And now today it is dropped by 8. Drop by means you need to perform the minus subtraction. What is that drop by means? You can easily write down that quantity by negative sign because it is dropping. Whenever, as well as in second slide we are seeing, okay, whenever temperature is mentioned, if it is dropping you can easily represent that with a negative sign. So like this is minus 8, and when we are adding this again plus minus, so after 65 minus 8, what is the today's temperature, sorry, what is the total average of temperature then is 57. So the temperature is 57 degrees. Simple word problem is there. Then let's see the second word problem. A golfer shot -3 on his first round, 2 on his second round, and -5 on his third round. What was his total score after all the rounds? So carefully look at this number. First one is minus, second one is plus, third one is again minus. And they are asking to find out the total score. So whenever total is there, we are going to add always. These are the basic rules of word problems. So whenever total is there, we are going to add. So now here, when we are adding, again plus and minus is coming there. So according to our table, if plus and minus both signs are coming, then whenever plus and minus signs are there, so at that moment we need to perform a subtraction. We need to perform the subtraction. So therefore, in this one again we are going to perform the subtraction. So similarly, -3 plus 2, and whenever two signs are there, just now we discussed -5. Minus sign is there. So -3, -5, first of all minus that becomes -8, and plus 2 I'm keeping as it is. So this is plus 2 and -8. So plus 2 -8 is nothing but -6. This, with the help of box, we can easily simplify. So like this, we can solve. Then next, addition and subtraction of, again few examples are there. An aeroplane is flying over the pond 1000 feet in the air. The bottom of the pond is 50 feet below the ground. Again the same wording is here, below the ground level. What is the difference between the highest and the lowest point of the airplane and the pond? So as we have seen again in second slide, so whenever below the ground level is there, we are using negative numbers. We are just using negative number to note or to write down the numbers. So therefore, 1000 feet is already there in the air. The bottom of the pond is 50 feet below the ground. So 50 feet below the ground, that's why negative sign is there. And now you need to find out simple in word problem difference between. So whenever difference word is there, you know subtraction you need to perform. So subtraction is there. And again, we are seeing minus is plus. Okay, always remember plus is plus and minus is again plus. And therefore, we need to add these numbers. And after addition, always remember your answer is 1050 feet. This is nothing but your final answer after addition. So these are few problems on addition and subtraction. Then again, few more problems are there. Let's simplify these integers, addition and subtraction. Few problems we are going to solve. So -1, few selected problems we are going to start, not with the systematically and number wise. Few selected problems we are going to solve in this one. So minus 1, minus 0. What is the answer here? Minus 1 only. Why minus 1? Because minus minus, when just here I'm writing, whenever minus minus sign is there, addition is there. We need to add. Whenever plus plus sign is there, addition we need to perform. And whenever plus or minus sign is there, subtraction. Similarly, when we need to perform the subtraction when minus plus sign is there. And in front of answer, you know very well which sign you need to put. Similarly, minus 1 minus 0 means your answer is nothing but minus 1 because you need to perform the addition. Then next, 8 plus 6, you can easily simplify. Look at this. 2 minus of minus 10. So 2 minus of minus 10, easily again minus minus sign is there. So easily we can add this. So therefore 2 plus 10, that is nothing but 12. So few examples are again mentioned here. Simply you can calculate. With the help of number line, if you want, you can use helpline also. Number line, if you want, you can use number line. Sorry. Or if you want directly with the help of box, you can simplify. So like this, you can easily calculate your answers. What about this one? 9 minus of minus 9. So again, minus minus sign, it gives you plus. So 9 plus 9, this is nothing but total is 18. So many problems are there based on the addition and subtractions. Now multiplication of integers. Just now we have seen the addition and subtraction. Now let's see the multiplication rules. Multiplication rules of a signs. So what are the rules here? Whenever plus plus we are multiplying plus plus, so always sign is plus. Whenever you are multiplying minus minus, sign is again plus. But when you are multiplying plus minus or minus plus, so signs are always negative. Signs are always negative. So a few examples are mentioned here with all these signs. So look at your right hand side. Example number 1. When both are positive, multiplication you know 2 into 2 4. But what about the sign? Because sign is again and again I'm repeating. When you are dealing with integers, signs are important. So 2 to 4 and plus sign is there. Then next is minus 2 means this next condition is there. Minus 2 minus 2. Minus minus become plus. So only multiplication you need to perform. And what happened to sign? The sign is plus. This table you need to only refer for sign. Okay. Multiplication is as it is 2 to 4. What about sign? Plus and minus? Always minus. And whenever minus and plus is there, answer no doubt 2 into 2 4, but sign is minus. Now similarly here few examples are mentioned. These are the different examples. So again 3 2s are 6. Only you need to write down the multiplication and then after that write down the sign in front of that answer. So plus plus, no need to worry because whenever plus plus is there plus, whenever minus minus is there again plus. So minus minus again plus. I'm talking about sign now. Okay, plus minus 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 plus minus. So like this, you need to study this table very carefully. So again, I am repeating. Repeat with me. Plus plus always plus. Minus minus plus. Plus minus minus, and minus plus is always minus. Or you can remember like this, if signs are same, then positive sign is there in front of answer, but if signs are different, then negative sign is there in front of your answer. So these are nothing but the multiplication of integer. Then some warm-up exercises there. So check your answer. Multiplication you know very well. Only you need to check the signs. Minus, minus, plus. 6, 6. Sorry, very sorry. This is nothing but your 36. Answer is 46. Then next is nothing but 48. 12 fours are 48. Next one is nothing but 27. Yes, sign is important. Minus sign is there. 5 into 0. 0 is there. 0 with something that is totally 0. Next, 12 into 10, that is minus 120, correct? 7 into minus 5, minus 35. Similarly, now if this is only we are regarding of we have multiplied only two numbers, but when more than two numbers are there, then exactly what we are going to do there for the sign. So always remember these tips. If number of negative sign is even means what? Just look at your last example. Even means how many negative sign is there? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many negative signs are there? 4. 4 is even number. And therefore, whichever the sign is there, that is plus. So that is the only indicating here. The number of negative sign is even, then sign is positive. Okay? Just exactly like this. But if the number of negative sign is odd, then sign is negative. Number of sign is odd. 1, 2, and 3. How many negative signs are there? 3. And 3 is a negative odd number. So therefore, minus sign is there. So whenever number of sign is odd, sign is as it is, retaining as it is, means negative sign is there in front of your answer. Multiplication, you know, simple multiplication. 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24, and 24 1s are 24. What about the sign? Minus, minus, minus. How many minus are there? 3 minus are there. 3 is again odd, and therefore minus sign is there in front of your answer. So this is nothing but all about the multiplication. Let's see what is division of integers means and the rules of sign of the division. These rules are same as of the multiplication. Okay, remember this. Same as of the multiplication. Means what? So plus plus plus, minus minus, again plus, because this get cancel out. And again, if two different signs are there, so that sign will be referred as minus. So we have already seen this rule in multiplication. So let's look at the example here. 12 divided by 6. What about the sign? Positive sign. So there is no as such worry about the sign. Answer is 2. But what about next? Here in second one again minus and minus. So whenever two minus signs are there, as you have seen, the answer is plus. So therefore in front of answer plus sign is there. What happen if out of two integer any one is carrying negative sign? So that sign comes in your answer or in your result. So out of two integer, if any one integer carrying negative sign, then that comes in your answer, in front of your answer. This is all about the division of integers. Then these are nothing but some warm-up exercises on multiplication and division. So simple, this is a simple one. Only just look at the sign. Minus, minus, how many minus signs are there? 2. So therefore answer is plus. If out of two integer minus sign containing any one integer, so your answer must is of negative sign. Similar to the division, simple division is there, but minus sign is here on one integer. Similarly, minus sign is here on one integer. So when we are writing or when we are simplifying division, so in front of your answer, negative sign is there, and when both the integers containing negative sign, so that negative sign get cancelled, and your answer containing positive sign. Or if no sign is there, then you can consider this is as a positive sign. This one as well as this one. Next, then properties of addition and subtraction of integers. So what are the different properties that integers are carrying? Closure property, commutative property, associative property. These three are the main important properties of addition and subtraction. So let's see about the closure property. What is that closure property means? So A and B, if suppose two integers are there, and when you are performing, obviously when you are performing the addition or the subtraction of these two integers, so whichever the answer is there, that C is again a integer. That C is again a integer. So in first one, we are performing addition. What about the addition? Answer is plus 2. So obviously plus 2 is an integer. So A is integer, B is integer, so C must be an integer only. If C is integer, it is called as closure property. It is called as closure property. So therefore, closure property is satisfied by the integers. Similarly, addition as well as subtraction. So it's not like that it is only we can apply on addition or subtraction. No, it is closed for both addition and subtraction. Closure property. For closure property, it is called as like this one. Okay. So closed for this property is closed for both addition and subtraction means this closure property is satisfied by both the operations of integer, and which are these both operations, addition and subtraction. And we are looking to this the properties of addition and subtraction of integers only. Clear? So this is nothing but the first property that we are seeing. So this is all about today's lecture. We'll continue this in next lecture. Hope you understood all this very well.